Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finale of Mega Man ZX. And after beating the game, remember that stone we got from Area N back at part 12? Well, guess what? We're about to put that to good use. We just need to talk to Flo after beating the game, and it becomes by far one of the best biometals in the entirety of the game, Biometal OX. Yes, you are freaking Omega Zero. Now let me try to get to the overdrive. Press the wrong button, give me a second. Now, bad enough, OX is really powerful. But once it gets into overdrive, notice it does not have a energy bar. You can be in overdrive infinitely. And your overdrive, by the way, can turn on and off anytime you want. And you want to know what's the best part about this is? You have the elements of every single biometal in that overdrive. So yeah, bear that in mind. You could freeze people with the rolling slash, use a fiery upward slash, and a downward charge slash. Bear that in mind when you're going up against people with Model Z. And there's a reason why we're coming back here to Area D2 again. Because the final area of the game, again, let me state, was right where you fought Jiro. So, this is Slithering's headquarters. And by the way, if you did not get a full subtake, crawl underneath that for a full subtake. Now, you're practically going to be facing off against a rematch on all of the bosses. Again. Because this game loves boss rushes. So, that means I'm going to have to cut at least 4 segments. Because the way the boss works is, well, boss rush actually, is the first segment is going to be the Model H bosses. The second segment, Model L. Third segment, Model F. And the segment before Serpent, Model P. So with that said, we're heading over to the section with Model H. And well, it's boss rush time! Skip. Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm not going to go through that. I've already went through it enough, trying to get a rank level 4 kill on most of these things. I only managed to get one person. The easiest one in the game. Literally. Honest to God, it ain't even worth it after. Well, it is for an achievement, but to be fair, it really isn't worth it other than to see a plushie in Prairie's room. They don't even drop anything when you shoot the damn plushies either. So with that said, let's just go on ahead and get into the next room. And we're going to skip that too. And instead of going backwards, we go forward. This will lead us to the next area, which you have 2 sets of boss rush rooms as well. And yeah, the only reason why this battle is going to take long, the battle with Serpent. Plain and simple. That's the only reason. Because getting to him isn't the problem. The problem is beating him. Well, he's not really hard, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, he's actually pretty easy with sub-tanks. Nah, see, the challenge will come in when it comes down to playing this on hard. See, you don't have, actually you only have 1 sub-tank. And there is no way you could get energy tanks in hard, because they won't allow you to. Funny thing is, the energy tank will be your sub-tank, well, your third sub-tank anyway, in easy, because that third sub-tank, where you have to repeatedly do the quests for Rose over and over again, will be completely locked out. You won't get the sub-tank on easy. So here we are, another boss rush, and we're going to skip that. Yeah, because fuck these boss rushes. And yeah, I went there and did the, I went and did the save assist trick. Honest to God, ain't no shame in doing the save assist trick. And I'm gonna tell you why. Saves on, sub-tanks. It saves on sub-tanks big time, and it gives you an edge, and more importantly, it keeps you from wasting your weapon energy, or save your weapons tank. Whatever the case, we're coming to the last room of the boss rush. And sadly, we're gonna have one more game, or at least two more games with boss rushes. ZX and Mega Man 11. However, ZX is gonna be the end of the year, and Mega Man 11 will probably be later on this year if I feel like it. Or if I actually beat it. One of the two. So on that note, this is the final area, and you're going to have to tread carefully, because you may end up falling into the pit accidentally, because for some reason these platforms, you will still phase through the platforms if you are not careful. Alright, there's those three platforms, and now for actually this was a little bit easier, because thanks to Model Z, X, or should I say Model Zero, okay, let me try this again, Model Omega Zero, this wouldn't be a problem. Now, without Omega Zero, you're going to have to resort to using either Model F to kill the enemies, or Model H to fly past the obstacles. That's the only time you're going to be using Model F and Model H. You're not even going to be using Model L or P. And as you can see, frozen. How could there be so many cyber elves everywhere? Yeah, they've been busy. Not just in Area E. Here too. Notice the town is literally lifeless, and they just killed a lot of people. But before we do, Lotus's trick. Again, ain't no shame in doing this, and I might want to use that. Definitely, because of what's coming up next. You must be wondering why we need so many cyber elves to awaken Model W. Yeah, I'm wondering that too. A child like you could never understand. Help me understand there, bro. They're fright. Oh yeah, see, that's the thing. It becomes the power that drives Model W. What? Model W, it's time. The despair and fear of this country are yours. So yeah, you just pretty much killed multiple people in your entire city with Mavericks and turned them into cyber elves. By joining us, the weak are freed from their suffering. The chosen one, Mega Man, will save the people. You're starting to sound like Getsus there, bro. That is the Gloria Project Tatum, sorry. Ugh. Mega Man will save the people. How is sacrificing the people of this country going to save them? Precious, misguided little girl. And bear in mind, these used to be citizens of a place called Area Zero, I do believe. It's time for you to understand. Come off your high horse, I think. Our power is the result of many sacrifices. We are the chosen ones. It is destiny for the last of our kind to rule. Model W is not about destruction. He's destroying things. It's about rebirth and evolution. No, it's not. You're insane. I am the giver of the meaning to the lives of people who cannot keep up with the tide of evolution. You're going full Neo-Arcadian, bro. Full Neo-Arcadian. The only thing you are afraid of is you're afraid of your past. You are afraid. God damn it. I can't take it anymore. These guys have gone full Neo-Arcadian. It's full Neo-Arcadian right here. He has killed multiple Reploids, turned them into cyber elves, and is feeding them to Model W. And the thing is, he's under the influence of Prometheus and Pandora. And by the way, that noise in the background? Yeah, that's the cyber elves going into Model W. If push comes to shove, we are going to be facing Model W in 4 stages, folks. No, I wish I was not joking. This is a 4-stage fight, much like, I do believe, Omega. Omega was a 4-stage fight, because Dr. Vile was actually a 2-stage. So on this note, that is Serpent. And yeah, he went full Neo-Arcadian, folks. He manipulated Serpent, and by he I mean Dr. Vile from the grave, went there and manipulated Serpent, and he also manipulated El Paizo. So let's do this. And here's the thing about Serpent. Serpent will constantly come after you. And more importantly, just like you, Serpent has an overdrive. And he'll only use it when he's about to die. Model O may make quick work of Serpent, but here's the thing. You don't want to be in the way of his slide or his upward kick, because his upward kick will knock you off of the wall, his slide will keep you from dashing. The charge shot, however, you can just leap over, and I missed the cue to leap over the damn charge shot. And he will do a ground pound as well. He also fires 5 beams as well. This guy is not hard at all. And the only reason why I had to use a sub-tank is because this guy was literally catching me off guard and not cooperating. Otherwise, I'd have eliminated him by now. And here's round 2. Because, yeah, it's been revealed that we're the final key in order for Model W to be fully awakened. Oh boy. And you want to know what the worst part about this is? Well, how shall I put it? We're about to hit the 10-minute limit. He went there and took the transformation, and thankfully, you're not going to be fighting him while in an untransformed state. That would be unfair. That would be bogus. And more importantly, thankfully, the power of friendship is on your side. Yet this guy is talking about some hate being the thing that fuels Model W. Well, to be fair, Vile hated everybody and despised the fact that Area O dared to defy him. Anyway, cutscene. Well, there it is, folks. Model W and Serpent's true form. By the way, this should be remnants of Dr. Vile fusing with the core of Ragnarok to be the Ragnarok itself. And if this isn't any obvious thing to tell you that this is a callback to Mega Man 04, then I don't know what is. And normally, callback games would mean that the series was going to end. Normally. However, this game actually did well enough to do a sequel, so yeah, safe to say, while this is a callback game, this ain't the end. Not by a long shot. And with everything that has happened, the power of friendship is gonna come in to save the day. Just like with the Shadow Queen from Thousand Year Door and practically every other game that literally harps on friendship. But then again, teamwork makes the dream work, am I right? Even though you're the only one fighting and everybody's cheering you on from the sidelines. But yeah, you're gonna need more than cheering to survive this guy. I mean, he's not hard, really. He isn't. But, the thing is, he has a lot of annoying attacks. And I mean a lot of annoying attacks. So on that note, now that we're back to our original form again, thanks to this guy taking the transformation in the first place, we got everything back to normal. I mean, it's not like you can use overdrive with ZX. It's not possible. However, overdrive with OX, that's a different story. So on that note, it's time to land the whooping on this guy. His form will actually change depending on the life bar. While his life bar is in the white, the first thing he's going to do is drop fireballs and also drop these fire unks that'll come out of the way to try to attack you. He will also summon crystals and smash the ground. I'm gonna hold on to that just a minute. But yeah, I need to use the sub-tank. Sub-tank, use the sub, or use the E-tank actually. What are you doing? There we go. Alright, we just need to chop this guy down to size a little bit more, and one more hit and he's done. Alright, we're already into phase 2. Now phase 2, switch over to Model F and unload on one of his pauldrons. His pauldrons are the weakness. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Hold on. Give me a second. And I'm gonna go on ahead and use that E-tank. I'm gonna use this first. Then shoot him a little bit. I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay, maybe not. I'm not gonna risk that. Nope. Alright, we're good. That would have killed me right there if I didn't do what I did. And using the overdrive, I went there and hit the pauldrons. You can actually shoot up and do some damage. Model F is probably the best one to do this too. But if not Model F, definitely Model Z. No, Model ZX's Rolling Slash and Model H. Yeah, the Hurricane's attack from Model H would actually do wonders. And if anything, Model P would come in handy too. No, I'm not kidding. Probably the only useless one would be Model L. Yeah, Model P would definitely come in handy. Come on, we got this. One more slash. We almost got it for the Astral. Booyah!
Astral finish!
And with that, Serpent has been defeated. This is the end of the line. I'll never become like you. Never become like me. You just don't get it, do you? The Mega Men are all designed with one purpose: to destroy each other and survive to control Model W. It is all just a game, his game. We're all pawns on the board, and the winner becomes the ruler of the world. His game? By the way, they're mentioning the bad guy in the next game. Ah yes, his blood flows in your veins too. The man who made Model W. No. No, that can't be! Aile, everything's falling apart. You have to get out of here. And Aile probably would be more important than Vent in some way, because Vent, again, would recap past events from Mega Man 04. Meanwhile, Aile is pretty much predicting the events that's going to happen in the next game. In fact, you happen to encounter Aile as one of the protagonists of the next game. So, yeah, that's not really a spoiler alert since this game's already been out for quite some time. But yes, that's the thing. And just like with X, the original X meeting with Zero, Giro is meeting with Aile for the last time. And yes, this time, our boy Zero is good and dead. And it sucks that it had to be that way. So, needless to say, farewell, Zero. You literally know what you're fighting for. And you look weird with glasses on. Just saying. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, it was Giro that pretty much gave Aile reassurance that Model W, or at least the bad guy of the next game's blood, is not going to corrupt her. Meanwhile, he would give Vince some closure as to the fact of he rescued Vince for a reason. And he would be the one to tell him as to why the Mavericks attacked his home to begin with. So that's the only difference. Again, Vint focus on the past, Aile focus on the future. But needless to say, folks, we'll be seeing Aile again. Cause yeah, due to the fact that I played Aile in this game, I'm gonna have to play a protagonist, a different one, in the other game to meet up with Aile. I think that's how it runs. Or I could just play as the other protagonist, it doesn't really matter. Actually no, it does matter. Because one of the protagonists requires you to play as Vint, and the other one requires you to play as Aile. And I think this cutscene only happens with Aile. Vint just looks on in a skyward, I think. But whatever the case, I'm glad that I played Mega Man ZX for all of you. And this is probably going to be the last Sunday playthrough I will ever do for quite some time. I only did it because Yakuza 0 and Dynasty Warriors 8 took up most of December. But whatever the case, folks, again, my biggest complaint is Area K. And also the biggest complaint is, again, the sound mixing for the soundtrack. No, the soundtrack overlapping the cutscenes. That's what I meant to say. But the soundtrack itself is pretty good. The gameplay I actually like. Again, this is something I really used to play on my DS until the R button on my DS broke. So that's why I have the Legacy Collection. And again, this is a surprisingly good game, and I was glad that I managed to get that for the DS. Probably the first game I got, other than Pokemon Heart Gold, and also Pokemon White. Yeah, Pokemon White was something I also got too. So yeah, needless to say, this is a good follow-up to what 04 had picked up. I mean, it's not like that, it's not like you have played the same character, no. If you play as Vint's gonna take more hits. Vint's stronger, but Vint's slower than Aile. Meanwhile, Aile's got the faster dash, the faster crawl, but she is pretty much going to be taking knockback until you actually get the chip to keep you from taking knockback. So practically, Aile in a way is the hard mode of the game. Oh, and by the way, another notable difference, Aile's constant saying of Puya every time she uses Model H. Adorable, but it can be kind of annoying. But nonetheless, get used to the way Aile looked this time, because she's going to look a lot better when she comes back in ZX Advent. The next game I'm going to be playing for Mega Merry Christmas. And because I beat the game, I can now get new games over in Morgan's store if I wanted to. And more importantly, hard mode has been added. Not to mention, that's how I was able to get Model O, by beating this game. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next time on the RVman 985 channel. So again, ZX Advent isn't until the end of the year. So with that said, peace out.